And by the way, have you noticed he's a little confused these days? He apparently can't tell the difference between Nikki Haley and Nancy Pelosi.
I think Joe is the weakest up here. I call him 1% Joe.
I promised to take care of hundreds of thousands of veterans exposed to toxic materials and care for their families. That's why I wrote the PACT Act. As Commander-in-Chief, I think we have only one sacred obligation. I've said it many times. Prepare those we send into harm's way and care for them and their families when they come home. Well, as Commander-in-Chief, I look at veterans completely differently than Donald Trump. Think about this, especially here in South Carolina, a proud military state. Donald Trump, when he was Commander-in-Chief, refused to visit a cemetery, U.S. cemetery outside of Paris for fallen American soldiers. And he referred to those heroes, and I quote, as suckers and losers. He actually said that. He said that. How dare he say that? How dare he talk about my son and all of us like that? Look, I call them patriots and heroes. The only loser I see is Donald Trump. It makes me angry. I apologize for losing my temper, but it really, really, really offends me. In recent weeks, we're starting to see real evidence that American consumers are facing real confidence in our economy we're building. Let me tell you who else is noticing that. Donald Trump. Did you see what he recently said about that he wants to see the economy crash this year? A sitting president. As they say in my faith, bless me, Father, for, come on, man. When there's a crash, when there's a crash, I hope in the next 12 months, he went on to say, it's unbelievable. It's un-American. How can anyone, especially a former president, wish for an economic crash that would devastate millions of Americans? Well, let me tell you what he really means. Donald Trump knows this economy is good and strong and getting stronger. He knows that while it's good for America, it's bad for him politically. Trump also said, the one president he doesn't want to be is Herbert Hoover. Well, Donald, it's too late. There are only two presidents in American history who left office with fewer jobs than they took office. Herbert Hoover and, yes, Donald Herbert Hoover Trump. And by the way, have you noticed he's a little confused these days? He apparently can't tell the difference between Nikki Haley and Nancy Pelosi.
I think Joe is the weakest up here. I call him 1% Joe.